You can rewire your brain completely today. In 24 hours' time, you can alter your epigenetic system in such a way that no matter who your father and mother were, no matter what your genetic quality is, you can be a completely different person tomorrow morning.
Are human beings not the products of their DNA, but of the upbringing and environment? And if our environment really plays a role in altering our DNA, then what are the steps to take right now to hack our DNA and reach its ultimate potential? Your DNA is a powerful storage medium which can store a massive amount of information.
1 gram of DNA
can store 700 terabytes of data. Zeros and ones, the bits of data that make your phone and computer work, can be stored in DNA. Scientists George Church and Sriram Khosre discovered that digital bits of information can be encoded directly into DNA. They even downloaded one of their ebooks onto DNA and uploaded it back to the server again. They replicated the book 70 billion times, and 1 gram of DNA went up to 433 petabytes data. That means in one tiny drop inside your body right now, you can store 13.5 billion years of data. And this is not it. Wait till I show you the example of the identical twins Jessy and Carly. This will really blow your mind. Traditional cell biology taught us that DNA provides the program that directs a cell's behavior, and all of your cells act according to this program to determine almost everything about you. According to this theory, the genes are in control, and we don't control the genes. If the genes are making the decisions, I can change the genes, then I am by definition a victim of my heredity.
I am but a victim of my circumstances.
If something runs in your family, you seem to have no power over it. But that's where epigenetics comes in. It's a game changer, as significant as the shift from Newtonian to quantum physics.
Today, modern science is clearly establishing this, that genetics are not an absolute. Genetics are only suggestive. They don't really determine anything absolutely. They are only suggesting, it could be like this, but you can ignore the suggestion and do this if you wish.
Epigenetics suggests that our genetic expression is shaped not just by our genes, but by the events we go through.
It's like a system of switches
that can turn genes on or off. So what's in control of our genes? Our environment. Epigenetics, a term derived from the Greek word epi, meaning over or above. By definition, that means epigenetic control translates as control above the genes. This field has provided new insights into how our genes work and shown that our lifestyle, environment, and choices can affect the way our genes express themselves. Such changes in gene expression can affect our health, susceptibility to disease, and even our behavior. Children inherit approximately 23,000 genes from their parents, but not every gene does what it's designed to do. Every experience leaves a chemical signature on our genes, collectively known as the epigenome. This signature determines whether and how our genes are expressed. Genes are instructions that dictate how a person's body is made, in the same way that blueprints are instructions to build a house. Information from genes let the body know what characteristics a person will have, like if they will have hairy or hairless ears, and or a small or big chin. These instructions come from our parents. When their genes are mixed together, our set of genes is formed. If the genes are controlling us and the environments change them, we may not fit anymore. And all of a sudden, we'd all die out.
Every single person that you or I has ever known is dead!
Because whatever the gene programs are, they don't fit the environment. But no, we adapt continuously because the environment is adjusting our genes so that we always stay in harmony with the environment, and that's how we stay alive. So the control is not in the genes. Here's the example I talked about earlier. Consider two identical twins, Jessy and Carly. They both have genes associated with obesity. As we know, genes can carry instructions that can make it more likely for you to develop certain illnesses or conditions. Suppose Jessy is raised by wealthy parents who have access to the best, healthiest food. Her parents cook nutritious meals like vegetable risotto and lentil soup, and limit the amount of sugar, salt, and fat that their daughter consumes. Jessy learns to love fruits and vegetables and doesn't crave excessively salt or sweet foods. Her parents have a significant amount of time to play with her and teach her to live an active lifestyle. And by eating nutritious foods and staying physically active, the genes increasing her chance of developing obesity are not expressed, and she never develops obesity. Carly, however, is raised by low-income parents who live in an area where fresh, healthy food is scarce and expensive. Because her parents can't afford fruits and vegetables, Carly eats a lot of frozen, packaged meals and fast food, which are high in sugar, fat, and salt. Her parents both work multiple jobs, and she spends her time alone in front of the television. Carly's eating and physical activity habits enhance the expression of her genes for obesity. The characteristics, physical traits, and behaviors that you are born with and what you experience throughout your life are both important. Your characteristics can impact your experience, and your experience can impact your characteristics. Carly's and Jessy's life experience influenced when and how the genes were expressed. The relationship between your genes and behavior can change over time as you have new experiences. In some situations, genes play a larger role in determining your behavior. In other situations, the environment plays a larger role in influencing your behavior. If you had a whole different set of experience over your lifetime, your genes may be expressed in different ways, and you may behave differently than you do now. The power to take charge of your life is within your reach. You won't believe the blissful state you can achieve. Let's hear from Sadhguru himself.
Neither karma nor genetics can impede your life if you are willing to take charge. But for you to take charge, a little support by changing the patterns of your energy, by changing the patterns of your chemistry, by changing the patterns of your psychological process, only then you have this freedom to change this. In the last 5 years, we have established a center called Sadhguru Center for Conscious Planet in Harvard Medical School in Beth Israel Hospital. They have done phenomenal amount of work. Till now what they found is, there is 70% increase in endocannabinoids. This 70% increase in endocannabinoids is 23% more than what happens in a sexual orgasm or intense exercise. Just sitting here, you can be in such states of ecstasy and blissfulness that you don't have to run after this or that to find that. You don't have to run after bottles of alcohol or pills or men or women. Sitting here, you can be blissful. Once you're blissful by your own nature, your life is in your hands. You can decide what to do, what not to do, without being compulsively doing something. This is a significant shift that every human being needs. Right now, almost everything that they do is in a compulsive basis. Either the body is driving them, or thoughts are driving them, emotions are driving them, or social situations are driving them. You have a choice of being. You can be whichever way you want. So, this inner engineering now has taken on a new turn, offered in a new way. In 7 steps, transform your life with Sadhguru. This is the program.
Conclusion: your genes might load the gun, but your environment pulls the trigger. The way that you carry a conversation, respond to failure, form relationships with others, and generally behave is in part related to your genetics. But your world and life experience also shape your attitudes and behaviors. This combination of your genetics and experiences ultimately forms your identity and influences your behavior. Let me know in the comments what you will do to unlock your DNA's secret. I'll see you in the next video.